Hi everyone, this is Mike Gordon. Welcome back to my perfect playthrough of Final Fantasy VI Advance. Okay, we have pretty much gotten everything up to this point. A couple things are missing, but in general, it's time to head and take on Kefka. For Party 1, no matter what, you want Strago. Basically lock Strago into the option of fighting Fiend, one of the Warring Triads. For ideally I want Mog in Party 3, but there's an encounter in Party 3's path I want to get, so Mog's party's going to Party 2. Honestly, this probably turned out better than I anticipated. Anyways, here's the equipment setups. Just going to look through them one at a time. Alright, I intended to make Mog into an Imp Dragoon, but I forgot. But when he's not an Imp Dragoon, I'm having him carry Malulu's charm. Yeah, my objective with Terrace Party, since I don't have a thief, is to just give everyone a thief's knife. So I could steal a rare weapon off a fiend. No matter what, you do not want Strago in Party 2, however. Putting him in Party 2 locks him out of Fiend, but putting him in Party 1 locks him into that potential path. Alright, I'm just going through. I just want to double check. Okay. Okay, Shadow does not have a lot of quick. And obviously, Realm is maxed out on magic, so I'm giving her the Cactuar Esper. And obviously, Strago still has some magic, still has his magic stat to boost up, so I was like, okay, that's not the right one. Alright, and now I want to give Shadow Raiden. Just want to make sure there isn't another Esper in my possession that will give me Strength +2. Then I realize, yeah, I don't want him carrying Raiden. I want to make sure Shadow remains magic free until I've finished my Colosseum grinding. Alright, I'm just gonna skip most of the battles here. There are only 3 encounters left for us to pick up. And 2 of them are in a room that we have not entered in yet. And the other one is in Party 3's path. I'm gonna take Terra's party all the way up to this point. If I were to do things over again, I probably would swap some of my party members around. Alright, wrong room. And as per usual, Mog is equipped with Malulu's charm, so no random encounters. I generally don't want to get into random encounters here anyways. Not yet. I'm gonna take care of my item farming off screen. But yeah, there's like a huge swath of items for us to farm for. Hit that switch so terrorist party can cross. And my general thing is I just keep going with whatever party I have until I hit a dead end. And there are no encounters in this room, so we just step on that switch, and then we switch to party 3. Alright, I just stood there because I was thinking, okay, which way do I have to go? It's like, okay, I have to go down here. And this is the encounter I need to run into, and that's Fortis 2, or 50-4. I ran into Dual Armor Death Machine, which is 50-6, in a previous episode. So, and yet, for whatever reason, I never ran into this one, even though you can basically run into it all the time. So yeah, something else I forgot to tell you is that I gave Setzer the Valagarma. Because of Cactuar's spell learning input thing, Setzer's almost guaranteed to learn a spell if I give him Cactuar in here, so I gave him Valagarma instead. So I just going through these rooms. And we want to examine that chest of the glowing red star to cause the stairs nearby to appear. Make it through the land room hallway. And now we are almost film free, but not quite. Word of wisdom, make sure Sabin's not the one that kills Yojimbo. You will have to use up an item like a Phoenix Down or something if you do. Locke should be the one that kills him. And now we can finish Terrace Terrace path. Alright, I made a mistake there. Realm is supposed to be equipped with Cactuar, not Crusader. Nothing comes of this, however, because Realm doesn't level up. But I will eventually catch my error. And here's our first treasure chest in quite a long while, the Pinwheel. Just trying to carefully navigate this place. And because the two party members open the switch, we can go through the door here. We have a choice between left or right. So we want to take Strago to the left path. But first we want to move Celis and Locke out of the way because you won't be able to push the weights down when they're still there. Alright. That's one weight down. Now it's Party 2's turn. And now Party 2 is locked into the Goddess path, into fighting Goddess, and Party 1 is locked into battling Fiend. Now we stop on the switch, and now it's Locke's turn. And something's just sort of ringing through my head, and I'm not quite sure what it is. But I have brain fart. I should have gone back to flip the previous switch, but I'll fix that later. Anyways, remember this Guardian? We couldn't do anything to him previously. We had no choice but to run away. Well, now we're ready to take him on. I want to manipulate my steals here so I could get the ribbon. And I got the ribbon. The ribbon's a rare steal, while Force Armor's the common steal. And Setser's just kind of useless. Because his level's so low and he doesn't know any magic. Honestly, I probably should have just taught Setser some spells, because there's really no need to keep Setser from learning any magic at this point, since I can confirm that Master Scroll Ultima weapon takes care of the Cactuars in the Colosseum very efficiently. And I just need to use Drill, Phantom Rush, and just attack with Lock. Yeah, I always forget to flip the switch back there. And I'm just trying to look. Oh yeah, I did. Revive Setzer. I use a Phoenix Stone and Remedy, which grinds my gears. And this is one of the two encounters that we need to grab, and you can only grab these two encounters in this room. I ran into the more common Cherry encounter first, which is 26-5. Shit. Okay, what Imp Stats does is it takes away your ability to use certain skills and stuff, and it nerfs your stats to high heavens, unless you're equipped with the Imp, with all the Imp equipment. Then you can do shit with them. But at least they imped. Cherry had imped Edgar and not Sabin. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered because the only spell you'd have access to under Imp is, well, the Imp spell. Anyways, I want to put him on Raiden? Yeah, Raiden. Setser's stats are maxed out, so I have nothing to worry about here. Just put Setser back on Valagarma. I obviously don't want to do Lakshmi. I decided to start with Leviathan instead, just in case. So I get the stamina boost. And there's a hidden ribbon down there. And don't worry, I removed the espers before battling each boss. Now, with the Warring Triad, which Demon, Fiend, and Goddess are the Warring Triad. The thing about them is they all have rare steals for us to pick up. Luckily, they don't have any common steals, but I want to manipulate the steal so I could get a red jacket. And now I can just take them down. Demon, by the way, is a fire elemental goddess, so don't use any fire spells. And pardon the lack of sound effects, and of course Setzer goes down like a bitch. Alright, just a little bit more. Obviously, I could do slot manipulation, just beat these bosses. But really, this party is the strongest party I have out of the three, bar none. So, obviously, screwed up the Phantom Rush. But honestly, when you're this strong, you don't really need slot manipulation anymore. Oh yeah, they all have guaranteed drops, including the Radiant Lance. Our first of 4 new items that we will be picking up in this episode. Alright. Go in here. There are no encounters in this room. Honestly, I should have just left Setzer there to be dead. But I digress. Alright, looks like we're all good to go. Gonna swap in for Terra, and this is where I made the mistake. I forgot to flip the switch, so I have to walk all the way back. And now I got those fucking doors open. Now I'm gonna do the customary save trick. By the way, the save trick does not work in the PAL version of Final Fantasy VI Advance, though it does in the US version. Not that really matters. Just switch to the party member that's sitting on it and you'll save your game. Alright, and I want to... I want to check my equipment real quick. I was thinking I should probably use the Phantom Esper, so I could use that against the upcoming boss, but really I wind up not using it, and I would have been better off just teaching Strago Holy. And I still have not realized that Realm is equipped with Crusader and not Cactuar. And I still realize that Strago is not going to make use of the Thief's Knife at all. His level is way too low to successfully steal from Fiend. However, Realm and Terra can still make use of the Thief's Knife, and Shadow doesn't need a Merit Award at all to equip it. Alright, with all that set up, time to take on Fiend. The reason why we want Strago to fight Fiend is because Fiend is the only bot enemy in the game that can teach us the force field lore. And this is the final lore to teach Strago. I mean, by the way, Fiend is ice elemental. However, he also likes to use a ton of time magic. Actually, they all have their unique little tricks. Goths in particular love status ailments. And it took a while, but I was able to steal the safety bit off the Thief's Knife. Not the most reliable method, but it's sufficient enough. And this guy is actually weak to Holy. So I want to teach him that until it starts glowing. Once it starts glowing, it gains auto-reflect. And Strago doesn't know Holy, so I will just have him use Ultima. And, not sure what I was doing casting Holy right there. I should have the wherewithal to not do that. So now I'm gonna get hit by a freakishly strong spell. At least it didn't hit Strago. Actually, none of these attacks have hit Strago or Shadow. And there it is. You don't want to kill this guy too quickly because you need him to use Force Field while Strago is alive and conscious. And you also don't want Strago to be blind or anything either. We want to keep him alive and we don't want him blind. Oh yeah, it casts like Vanish or Blink or something as well, glowing, which means physical attacks won't work on him anymore. So I'm just going nuclear on this guy. Or is it a girl because it's a part of the Warring Triad? I don't know. Two of them look pretty masculine. So there's the final one, and we got the Mitsunokami drop. And the safety bit rare steal. Unfortunately, try as I might, I could not do anything against Goddess with Celis's team. I tried and I tried. Not only are my levels way too low to steal from her, but she has all kinds of status moves that can fuck you over. She also loves to, counterattack with stuff like, I forgot. Like Overture, which forces your party member to protect her from physical attacks. She uses attacks that will basically cast Doom and will zombify you upon death, even circumventing status immunities. She can, confuse you, berserk you, sap on you. And these characters no longer need the Thief's Knife. They're not gonna do much stealing for a while. But yeah, I realized that there's still one more encounter in this room. But as I said, I could not do anything against the next goddess with the third party, so I had to. Because I literally found out that goddess is the toughest of the 3 Warring Triad by a country mile. I'm just gonna do double nukes because these guys are a pain to deal with. And now, we're ready to save our game. But as I said, I could not take care of Goddess with Celis' team, no matter how hard I tried. It's just not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna take you all the way to this room, and I tried all kinds of equipment steps, but ultimately I decided I had to swap parties. That meant teleporting out of Kefka's tower and then re-entering. And then swapping the parties around and stuff. So Locke's party is much better equipped to deal with Goddess. And Celeste, and I have an easy access to stealing the Minerva bustier from Goddess than I would with a bunch of low-level characters just taking their chances with the Thieves' Knife. There you go. The reason why is because Thieves' Knife does not always steal, and when your level is so low like it was with me, you're almost never gonna actually steal with that thing, even when they make the motion to actually steal. And oh yeah, I gained Locke Ultima weapon in Master Scroll, so I don't have to put up with her nonsense for long. For the record, she is both lightning and holy elemental. So do be careful. Don't give Edgar the Holy Lands. And I got the Excalibur drop. And that should take care of the problem with the Warring Triad, right? Now that the Warring Triad's gone, Magic's gone, right? But yeah, it's not feeling like it should be. So yeah, we still have to take out Kefka. Defeating the goddesses does not solve the problem, not anymore. Just thinking. Alright, I'm just thinking. Alright, I think we're good here. We just want to save our game real quickly. And now we want to step on the switch here. I'm thinking about removing everyone's equipment, but decided not to. Alright, now it's time to swap to party 1. And party 2, because I'm anal retentive that way. And it looks like oh, not everything. I want to swap out Malulu's charm with the dragon horn. Because he ain't gonna be needing Malulu's charm where he's going. I forgot that I gave some unique equipment to some of my party members. I realized that, no, I don't want Solace with organics, I want her with the Falcon. Kumo's good, and, yep, we are good here. I realize I want some unique... I want to remove the unique equipment off of everybody. Still got 4 unique items that I'm not taking into account, because I showed 2 of 52, and it's very clearly that I gave that stuff to Terra. Anyways, I swapped my party out constantly. It took really long time to figure out what equipment setup I want, but I want Terra to equip with the Excalibur and Curse Shield so I can clone these during the final battle. And I need to give her the ribbon so she's immune to most of the at least the real bad effects of the Curse Shield. But there's a few more things we want to do with her as well, just to ensure well, I'll get to it when we get to it. It's time to take on Kefka. Welcome, friends! I knew you'd come, so I've been practicing my greeting. How much do you have to destroy before you'll have had your fill, Kefka? I've acquired the ultimate power. Observe. Such magnificent power. You're nothing more than fleas compared to me now. Embrace your destruction. It is the fate of all things. To be destroyed? Maybe it is. People can always rebuild, and new lives will always be born. And time will destroy all those as well. Why do people insist on creating things that will inevitably be destroyed? Why do people cling to life knowing that they must someday die? Knowing that none of it will have meant anything once they do. Because it's not the end that matters. It's knowing you have something to live for right now, at this moment. Something you've worked for, something that's worth protecting. As long as you have that, that's enough. And did you all find your somethings in this broken world that just won't die? Yes. And I think I was waiting for a prompt but didn't see it. Not sure what those 4 stars above Kefka are. Love. A person worth protecting. A wife and child who live on within me. Friends and family. A peaceful kingdom. A loving brother who always looks out for me. Gahahaha. Someone willing to accept me for who I am. An adorable little granddaughter. Obnoxious grandpa, who I couldn't live without. Wings from a dear old friend. New pals, Kupo! These people, all of them! Wow! And Goku and Numaro say nothing, which is why I left them behind. Blah! You people make me sick! You sound like lines from a self-help book! If that's how it's going to be, I'll snuff them all out! Every last one of you are sickening happy little reasons for living! No! Kefka, stop! And that laser just the Light of Judgment just passed Daryl's tomb in Coglington. I wield the greatest power in existence! You may as well be the dirt on the bottom of my boots, or the dirt stuck to the bottom of that dirt. I'll destroy everything! I'll create my own empire of death! You can't destroy everything. People will always have dreams. No, I'll destroy the entire world! There won't be anything left to dream about! What a fucking nihilist. He won't let you hurt any more people. But what fun is destruction if no precious lives are lost? It ends here, Kefka. Now, no matter what you want, because we're cloning the Excalibur and Curse Shield first, we absolutely need Terra first in the party. The rest of the party doesn't matter, but I want to spread out my high-leveled characters like Locke, Realm, Sabin, and Suts and Edgar all across. In addition, I want Locke to be in tier 3. Alright, first things first, I want to just nuke this guy with Ultima over and over again. Gal's gonna cast Re-Raise on Terra because she's gonna need it. Guys, I got the really bad stuff out of the way by putting Terra first. However, that Curse Shield will still inflict doom on her. By the way, if you save Terra for a later tier, she will come with Confuse and Berserk, and there is absolutely no way to remove it. Not even killing her will remove the Berserk and Confusion status off of her, so you gotta take extra care. Now, I want to cast Float on Terra because this guy, the head of this guy, which is called Visage in this game, but in the repixelated versions, all 3 of these phases are called Statues of the Gods or something. But the head is called Visage, and then you got Long Arm and Short Arm. Alright, took this guy out really quickly. Downside is we can't steal the elixirs yet, but really all I care about is the Curse Shield. And we got a musical glitch where the second phase starts. The second tier, the next phase's music track will play, and instead, it's a scripting error. And Final Fantasy VI Advance has tons of music bugs. Alright, I want to remove the re-raise off of, I believe, Machine? I believe it's Machine. You got Tiger, you got Power, which is riding Tiger, you got Machine, which is between the you got Magic, which is at the very back, and then you got Tool, which is like that middle portion between, that's right behind Power. That's like sandwiched between Power and Magic. It's very, very weird. Alright. Or cast Reflect. but that doesn't matter because I'm just gonna use Ultima. Now, before I finish this guy off, I want to cast Flare on Realm. Alright, Dispel is what... Alright, 10-hit combo is the final attack for power. Before it dies. So all we have left is Magic, and Magic's job is basically cast. Not quite sure what each function does because none of these parts actually animate when they attack. Not that it matters since all I'm doing is nuking these guys, but I do know that Magic literally casts all the spells. And what it's doing here is its final attack, where it goes Gravida, Dispel, Dispel. And now we are moving on to Phase 3, and we actually want Lock for Phase 3. Alright, and alongside Lock, we also have Setzer and Celeste. The first things first, we want to steal a Ragnarok from Rest. Because the second I use Ultima, and when you don't get the Ragnarok sword, but keep the Ragnarok Esper, this is the only way to get the Ragnarok sword in the entire game is by stealing it from Rest. The Game Boy Advance version has New Game Plus. I want to cast Re-Raise on Terra. That Doom does nothing because Doom was reincorporated onto Terra. I want to cast, and Terra is to cast Re-Raise on Lock. And I want to cast Meltdown. Probably should have had Celeste do that, but I was thinking that she probably wasn't strong enough to take out Setzer. Alright, I want to do Group Kiraga first. I thought about just killing him here or there, but I realized that this guy will likely use repos on both my party members, which will result in a game over, so... Yep, repos, he uses it on Lock, and then uses it on Terra. Lady does that quite a bit. No, that's Rest. You want to steal Ragnarok from Lady, which is the one in the back, and the one in the front is Rest. And that has the ultimate weapon. All of which are common steals, by the way. Finally, looks like we have reached the man himself, the final battle, this pain in the ass, nihilistic pest. And we got 2 Terras. And that's how the cloning glitch works. And it only works if you have a full set 12 party members. Do you leave anyone... life, dreams, hope. Where do they come from? And where do they go? Such meaningless things. I'll destroy them all! So what happens, and now we want to remove the Excalibur and Curse Shield items. Probably should have made adjustments to my inventory so I could do this, but I wasn't thinking straight. So, sorry about that. The curse, you want to remove them both from both clones because one of them will replace the other after the battle. And then I realized, oh shit, I need a... And yeah, Edgar's jump moves really, really fast in this phase. By the way, I am doing so much damage to him so quickly that I'm about to completely skip... I hate this part. Yeah, I completely skipped past his fallen ones, the first phase of the battle, because I dealt so much damage to him so quickly. The end draws near. Yep. Completely skipped past the first phase, so we never got to see him use the fallen. Probably should have just gone for the all-out offensive here, but, you know, then we wouldn't be lay witness to his ultimate attack. Which really isn't all that to write home about. Yeah, well, about that, Terra, Edgar, and Sabin have max health. So this attack does basically nothing. And Edgar never came back down. And that's it! We have completely beaten Final Fantasy VI Advance. Not 100% completion, we still have only 253 items, we have 92% bestiary, we're missing a rage. And even with taking into account the 17 items, there's still quite a number of other items, like 70 other items that I still need to max out on. But yeah, this was definitely quite the experience. And then we have like 13 minutes of... No, 23 minutes of end credits. And I decided that the rest of this should be in the 72-1280 format. Tower's collapsing. And Go Numara join us. There's no time to lose. Come on, the airship's just up ahead. Come on, everybody, we can make it if we work together. Terra, what's wrong? So how the glitch works is that when you bring 12 characters onto Kefka's tower, the game basically assumes that all 14 of your party members are there. So if you just keep killing off 3 of your 4 party members in each of the tiers, you will eventually go sift through all 12 party members. But then the game will just fill in that slot, and because neither Gogo nor Umara are, they'll just create a second Terra. I assume the game will also try creating a second Locke as well, or maybe even a third Terra. But as far as I know, there's no way to ensure that happens, because a party member actually has to die in the third tier, because it only works when you go from tier 3 to tier 4, the cloning process. So tier, you can't kill everybody, but 4 characters, go into the final battle and just clone items twice more. Honestly, that would be a lot fast. I could actually duplicate items hell of a lot faster if I could just do that. But I can't. And here we get to see Cyan overcome his aversion for advanced technology. As well as being able to let his old ghost finally rest in peace. You got Setzer, who had reclaimed his passion and his dreams to pilot the world's fastest airship. A dream that died when the love of his life and his main rival tragically perished, and he just became like a wandering bandit. And he actually uses intuition rather than chance to determine the path that he should take. Not sure where this room of the castle is, but I'm guessing it's the Guardian room. You got Edgar and Sabin, where they're separate paths, with Sabin being able to pursue his own dreams, and now those dreams have finally paid off. Sabin can actually protect his brother, have the strength to protect his brother. Go for the king I wanted to be able to look at, and off to become stronger. Yeah, and Edgar gave up his own dreams just to give Sabin a chance to be happy. You got Mog, whose entire Moogle colony was wiped out when Kefka ended the world. But at least he still has friends, including his girlfriend. At least he still has his friends. That is typical 90s attitude. The hair! Watch the hair! I'm not stuffed animal, Kupo. He actually means his pom-pom on his head. And then Mug's best buddy Umaro, who he's the boss of. It won't open. This is literally the only big contributions that Umaro and Gogo have in the entire game in terms of story. They have no unique lines of dialogue because they have no backstory. Yuga! Speaking of Gogo, here's this scenario. And Gogo's master of mimicry, Umaro's raw strength, and Gogo's master of mimicry is able to help the party out with this unique puzzle that I imagine would be a necessary playable component if we were going backwards. We'll go Mimic Celis. And yep. Unfortunately, Go-Go mimicked Celeste's movements and fell down the pit. But don't worry, he's fine. Same goes for Amaro. And there's Gao. Gao's ingenuity from his time spent in the Veld was able to help out the rest of the party make their way through a shortcut. Take shortcut. And they were just riding these boulders to take their shortcut to get out of here. Unfortunately, that's the bottom of Kefka's tower, so I have no idea how Celeste wound up in this particular place with Locke, since Celeste was previous, but I guess that's not something worth thinking about. I like that, similar to Edgar and Sabin, Locke and Celeste gonna share a little screen together, since what unifies them both is the Locke's bandana. And this time, Locke is determined to keep his promise to Celeste, no matter the promise he failed to keep to Rachel. And this time he's committed to keeping it with Celeste. For that, but they don't have time to dwell on Celeste's sentimental attachment to it. They have to get out of here. Not sure why Terra's represented by a pair of wine glasses, but I guess it's the pendant on top of one of those wine glasses that's important. By the way, Terra will be there no matter what, because she will just join you guys after the final battle if you never recruit her. Actually, the same goes for every single character except for Celeste, Edgar, and Setzer. That's called a CES run. However, if you don't recruit Sabin or Locke, Edgar and Celeste, the scenarios will have different bits of dialogue, and someone else will come to Celeste's rescue instead. Forgot if it's either Edgar or Sabin. Or, I think it's Setzer that saves Celeste in the alternate side. And now we get the final three, starting with Realm. Realm, who used her abilities to take people's portraits, to kill them, or at the very least to hurt them, now expresses a desire to actually be a world-famous painter. And Strago finally actually reclaimed his own passion for hunting Hidden and learning enemy lores, while trying to prove himself to be an ideal parental figure as her grandfather. Then you got the other character that connects these two, Shadow. Yes, Shadow is Realm's father. I'm guessing that Strago is Realm's grandfather on the mother's side, but I believe it's stated that he may have adopted her or something. Go on, Interceptor, get going. Shadow is just ready to die. Take care of yourself, boy. Shadow is just, Shadow had paid his dues and now he's finally ready to die and confront Baram. However, he told Interceptor to continue on living without him. And of course, Strago gets to his chance to prove himself to be a role model to his granddaughter, Realm. It actually really recontextualizes how important each of these side quests are. You're not just taking on these side quests for extra goodies. It's also a chance to provide closure to each and every one of your party members in the game. This is why I shut off Gao's the side quests, even though you get no rewards from it. Because it's that last bit of closure that you need, not just for Gao, but for your whole party. And this actually took a really long time, because this sequence has really wonky sync music to visuals synchronization issues, which actually causes either the scenes of the party members to lag like hell, or it causes the cutscenes like here to have so much slowdown to just move up and fluctuate. So there's like tons of fluctuation taking place. So I had to work really hard to try to keep these cutscenes synchronized with the music. So I had to do all this editing post-production. You actually unlock a music player for this game after you've beaten the game. I guess I'll show that off to you in the next episode, part 22. Don't give up, Katerin. By the way, we still have 10 more minutes. I won't either. But yeah, I had a hell of a time trying to sync up the visuals, which involves like speeding up or slowing down the visuals because of the fluctuating music. Terra. I think I got cut pretty close here. Thank you, Setzer. I told you, didn't I? She's the fastest ship in the world. And that's it for Final Fantasy VI Advance. Honestly, this is not exactly what I would call one of my all-time favorite games. It is a really good game. But for whatever reason, I just had this obsession with trying to get that perfect file. Because for the longest time, I just could not get into this game. There's like so many things you have to take into account, like how you level up, you know, what items to steal, what party members to bring with you, and it's so much work to put in just to play this game the way the developers want you to play it. It's also the reason why I chose the Game Boy Advance version, even though it has all these musical bugs and errors and stuff. That's not supposed to happen. And also the graphical and musical quality is not as good as the Super Nintendo version. And obviously the repixelated version appears to be the best way to play this game. And I think the problem too is that the Game Boy Advance just does not handle Mode 7 well. And Final Fantasy VI was designed to show that off as much as possible. But yeah, look what I have to do just to make sure the audio syncs up with the visuals. On Visual Boy Advance, it's way, way worse. The music just stops well before you get to the end. But if you were to play play this on like a BizHawk emulator, and suddenly it's like tries to get rid of all the lag, even the lag that's honestly allows the music to naturally sync up. That's ridiculous, man. And yeah. So honestly, it had to take. So honestly, trying to map out the route for my perfect playthrough of this game honestly allowed me to better appreciate this game even more. And I'm not done yet. One of these days, I'm going to probably redo this game and try to map out a perfect playthrough of Final Fantasy VI Advance in as quick a fashion as humanly possible. And yeah. What else is there to say? But yeah, I could not truly appreciate this game and what it is. You know, because many people consider this to be one of the best games of all time, and arguably the best game in the entire series. Honestly, I think 7's better, and I even would say 9 and 5 were more successful with me than 6 is. Lots of issues, you know. Terra now I sort of get the whole why they did the way they did it. The philosophy with Final Fantasy VI is that there's no singular main character. Terra's the de facto main character of the game. You know, she's the she's the de facto main character. But all things considered, it's I wish she had a lot more going for her than what we got. She's basically the I don't know if I feel emotions, or I don't know what to do kind of mindset. So she's just super reluctant the whole way. And then you got Realm and Strago, who are really designed to be comic relief because they appear so freaking late in the story that to classify them as main characters is kind of meaningless. Gao is basically a glorified optional character like Mog, Go-Go, and Umaru, but because he has absolutely nothing going on with the rest of the plot. And you can largely ignore Shadow until the very end. Because of this, even though they designed this game so that you have 12 characters that can 10 to 12 characters that can act as main characters, really there's 7. You got Terra, Locke, Edgar, Sabin, Celeste, Cyan, and Setzer. Maybe 8 with Shadow, if you actually spend enough time with them. But even in the post-game, Realm and Strago don't really have a whole lot. You literally have to have Realm in your party in order to recruit Strago, and sure, Realm, you could literally make them among the first recruits that you get. But it's... I honestly felt they were the most underdeveloped characters in the whole game. Like, even Setzer sort of becomes the main character once you get the Falcon. So really, the only well-written characters are characters like Cyan and, and Locke and Celeste, and I guess you could throw in Setzer and the Figaro brothers. But Terra I felt was a little underdeveloped. And man, syncing this bit up was my goal here. And even then I still couldn't get it right, 100% right. But man, this was definitely quite the experience, but we still aren't done yet. I chose the Excalibur and Curse Shield as the first items to duplicate for a specific reason. We are going to fulfill their respective objectives in the very next episode. We also have 14 other weapons and shields left to duplicate. We want to finish our grinding in the Kefka's Tower. And then we have to take on the Dragon's Den and Soul Shrine. And then, after that, we will be able to we can fully complete the completionist process of achieving our perfect playthrough. So with all that said, I will save my game for the New Game Plus. And then I will see you guys later. This is Mike Gorin, sign out.